Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you all? Today I am going to discuss our lecture number 5. The topic of the lecture is leadership versus management. I am Dr. Muhammad Shabir Ali Slimi, Assistant Professor Education from University of Education Faisalabad campus. After the discussion of this topic, you people will be able to define concept of management, you will be able to define concept of leadership, then you will become able to differentiate between management and leadership, then what are core values of a leader, and at the last there will be conclusion. What is leadership and management? Before starting this topic, I want to put a question before you all. Is leadership good and management bad? Of course not. Both are important. But there is a difference, and we explain their roles in the management. Our topic is surprisingly controversial. Means leadership and management, these are controversial topics. There are many who stand on one side or the other of the great divide between leadership and management, demonizing one and praising the other. You don't have to look for to find examples of either persuasive leaders who have done terrible things or efficient managers who lack the soft skills to lead and inspire. That's why we want to focus on what the difference between the two are and why a combination of both is ideal. Now come to this slide that leadership and management are often considered to be an overlapping concept in practices. It means that leadership and management are overlapping concepts in the field of management. While some view them as synonym, there are some people or there are some researchers who consider that both of these words are same, but other view them as two different terms. There are controversial concepts or point of views as before you in the slide. Some people consider them synonym, and some people consider them that these are two different terms. But both employ a unique set of functions that share similarities, but at the same time they show prominent differences in some circumstances. The researchers or the educationists on one side consider that there are similarities, but on the other side they consider that there are differences. For example, some of the managers do not practice leadership, while some people lead without a managerial role. I explain some further. What is difference? The main difference between the two is that leaders have people that follow them, while managers have people who simply work for them. Have you understood this concept that leaders have people that follow them? On the other side, managers have people who simply work for them. For any company or any organization to be successful, it needs management that can plan, the organization that can organize and coordinate its staff, while also inspiring and motivating them to perform to the best of their ability. A very big difference between leadership and management, and often overlooked, is that leadership always involves leading a group of people. What is leadership? Leadership always involves leading a group of people, whereas management needs only be concerned with responsibility for things. Again, I repeat, what is management? Management need only be concerned with responsibility for things. For example, IT, money, advertising, equipment, promises, etc. For so many years, we were taught that management has to do with forecasting, budgeting, planning, and controlling. But managers were taught to manage, not to lead. New supervisors and grizzled management were taught how to assign work to subordinates, how to evaluate their teammates, how to counsel people on performance problems, and how to hire and fire staff members. Everything we were taught about management assumed that the manager would know what to do and was calling the shots. These days, we understand that the old-fashioned view of managers' duties is wholly insufficient for the new millennium workplace. Responsibility for a team of people and its success, not to mention each team member's well-being and professional development, is a big assignment to take on. Leadership has very little to do with controlling, budgeting, and so on. It has little overlap with assigning work and evaluating it. Students, I consider you have better understood the difference between leadership and management. Now we move to the next slide. What is there? There is difference between management and leadership. What things, what are the differences and what things are common, you can see in this diagram. First, we discuss what is management. The process of dealing with or controlling things or people. For example, the management of the economy. If there has been any management in the business, it has been concealed for others. Management is the administration of an organization, whether it is a business, a not-for-profit organization, or governed body. In this diagram, you consider at the left side what are the functions of management. The first function of management is planning. It is the first and foremost function of management, that is to decide beforehand what is to be done in future. It encompasses formulating policies, establishing targets, scheduling actions, and so forth. The second function of management is organizing. Once the plans are formulated, the next step is to organize the activities and resources, as in identifying the task, classifying them, assigning duties to subordinates, and allocating the resources. The third function of the management after planning and organizing, that is staffing. It involves hiring personnel for carrying out various activities of the organization. It is to ensure that the right person is appointed to the right job. Then comes the function which is coordinating after planning, organizing, staffing, which is coordination. It is an important feature of management, which means the integration of the activities, processes, and operations of the organization to ensure that every element of the organization contributes to its success. Then comes the controlling. The controlling function of the management involves a number of steps to be taken to make sure that the performance of the employees is as per the plans. The performance of the employees or workers is according to plans and policies. It involves establishing performance standards and comparing them with the actual performance. In case of any variation, necessary steps are to be taken from its correction. In the leadership, first function is influencing. The ability to influence is an essential leadership skill. To influence is to have an impact on the behaviors, on the attitudes, opinions, and choices of others. Influence is not to be confused with power or control. It's not about manipulating others to get your way. The second function is motivating. Motivating in leadership means motivation is a goal-oriented characteristic that helps a person achieve his or her objectives. It encourages an individual to work hard at achieving his or her goals. The desired leadership traits will assist management to influence motivation of employees. Then, if we more study about motivation, we can say that it, it encourages an individual to work hard at achieving the goals. Knowing different needs of employees, team members will make the decision-making process and daily operations easier. Both employees and management must possess leadership and motivational traits. An effective leader must have a thorough knowledge of motivation factors for others. Leadership is used as a mean of motivating others. It means that motivation is very important for a leader. Then the third one is inspiring means inspiring to others. If we talk about inspiration or inspiring, a job title does not make a leader inspirational. Rather, it is the ability to drive people to reach great heights of performance and success, and to demonstrate the qualities employees will follow by choice, passion, purpose, listening, and giving meaning to their role. Many senior leaders expect employees to follow them of their because of their roles. Many employees do not follow a leader for these reasons, but that does not mean the leader inspires their best work, support, and contribute. Then after inspiring, there comes creation or creating. Companies need leaders in all areas of the organization, especially in the accounting and finance function, which the business depends on heavily for its success. Yet, many business overlook the importance of implementing succession plans and formal leadership development programs to offer their employees a clear pathway to management roles. Creating a leadership development program for your accounting and finance team is a way to offer them the opportunity to develop the skills they need to move up within your organization and grow in the career. These programs can generate other benefits such as higher employees' morale and greater team productivity, creativity, and innovations. It can also help the employees to feel more connected to the business and understand how their work adds value. If you think your organization would benefit from creating a leadership development program, read on to learn four of the most important steps you have already studied. These steps are: how to define your company's leadership needs, how to develop, how to identify potential leaders, and how to measure the results. After creating, then comes the mentoring. What is mentoring? Creating a strong pipeline of capable leaders, commonly referred as succession planning, is one of the core jobs all executives and people professionals face. It is not just their job to ensure success today, but to set the company up for success tomorrow as well. This means that an organization must constantly have one eye trained on the future and the people who will take it there. Is there a better way to develop great leaders than granting them time, advice, and insight from current great leaders? I don't think so. Leadership mentoring is a tried and trusted method for developing the best leaders of tomorrow. These characteristics, which we have studies on the left side for the management and on the right side of this diagram, these are for leadership. There are some common characteristics. These are communicating, these are problem solving, and these are decision making. What is communication in leadership and management? Effective leadership requires knowing how to communicate with various groups within an organization, including employees, including managers, including customers, and including the investors. Each group may require a different communication and leadership style, and although leaders must be able to adapt based on the group they are communicating with at the time, there are key principles of effective leadership communication that universally drive collaboration and success. Strong leaders know the value of the qualities. Similarly, strong managers know the values of communicating with others. The other point is problem solving. What is problem solving? Being a successful leader or being a successful manager, it does not mean that you do not have any kind of problem. Rather, it means that you know how to solve problems effectively as the problems arise. If you never had to deal with any problem, chances are pretty high that your company does not really need you. They could hire an entry-level person to do your job. Unfortunately, there are many examples of leaders and managers out who have been promoted to management or leadership positions because they are competent and excel in the technical skills needed to do the work. These people find themselves suddenly needing to think on their feet and solve problems that are far more high level and complicated than they have or had ever really to deal with before. Are there tools available to these people to help them solve the problems correctly and effectively? Absolutely. The other common property between management and leadership, that is decision making. What is decision making? Decision making in leadership or management is a process involving a certain amount of deliberation and social action in order to choose from among a certain number of options when faced with a problem. A good leader is able to assert his influence to empower and support people in order to think and act in the direction of accomplishing strategic goals. He or she is someone who has the ability to make decisions in the face of adversity and choose the best alternatives even that time. They have the courage to bear complete accountability of their decisions and actions even if they go wrong. They are able to accept their mistakes in public and move on to the corrective course as soon as they realize the error. Now move to the next slide for the difference between management and management. The main objective of management is to drive performance and results for the organization. It is driven by how the managers best use of their resources in the manner of cost effective and economic, high productivity, operational efficiency, and minimal of waste of resources that fully utilize its capacity under supervision and instructions. I further proceed for the management. Management is the administration of an organization, whether it is a business, a not-for-profit organization, or government body. Management includes the activities of setting the strategy of an organization and coordinating the efforts of its employees to accomplish the objectives and goals through the application of available resources. What may be the available resources? The available resources may be financial, natural, technological, or even human resources. The term management may also refer to those people who manage in organizations individually. For example, managers, they have to consider the resources which are available. They use the resources to achieve their goals and for the benefits of the organization. Now we move to the next slide, which what is leadership? Leadership tend to have a soul in the sense that it is a concept of creating and gathering resources for the organization. It is known as a collective behavior or ability in influencing relationship, creating vision, building trust, and transforming people in a positive and integrity manner. At workplace, leaders are able to show the characteristics such as creative, inspiring, visionary, transformative, and people oriented. If we go to general term of the leadership, it is the action of leading a group of people or an organization. We can say that it is the state or position of being a leader. Then we can also say that the leaders of an organization, the leaders of a country, or the leaders of any area. Leadership is both a research area and a practical skill encompassing the ability of an individual or an organization to lead or guide other individuals, terms, or entire organizations. Specialist literature debates various viewpoints, contrasting Eastern and Western approaches to leadership, and also United States versus European approaches. Different approaches have been explained or told about leadership. Then there is illustration between leadership and management. You can see in this diagram. It is very clear. You can see in the diagram. What are the main differences? Management and leadership. Management is about coping with complexity, whereas leadership is about coping with change. I think it is very clear that management is about coping with complexity. It means management has to deal with complex things or complex decisions they have to taken. Whereas, on the other hand, leadership deals with the change. What is changing in the organization? What is changing in the society, or what is changing in the global world? The other difference between management and leadership that manager does the thing right, whereas leader does the right things. Again I repeat, manager is that who does the right thing, and leader is that who does the right thing. Now comes leadership versus management. You can see the features. The first feature is the role. The second feature is focus. Third feature is approach. Fourth one is methodology. Fifth one is style or tone. Sixth one is outcome. First difference between the leadership and management is the role. The leaders have visionary or strategic thinking, means they are visionary or strategic thinkers, whereas the managers, enterprise builder, productivity experts. Then comes the focus. The focus of leaders is to define purpose or set the direction, whereas the focus of managers is to nurture organizational structure or establish systems and processes. The third point regarding the difference between leadership and management is approach. The approach of leadership is that they create a mission statement, whereas the managers deliver on the mission statement. It is very clear from here that leaders create a mission statement, whereas the managers deliver on that mission statement. Then come what method is used. The leaders evaluate strengths, needs and marketplace, whereas the managers organize teams, plan budgets, set timelines and maintain quality. Then comes the styles. The leaders inspire people and foster commitments, whereas the managers develop talent and solve problems. Then the last point, it is outcome. The leaders reach long-range goals and objectives, whereas the managers project effectively and efficiently. At the last, there is conclusion. Leadership and management, both functions require communication while working with people, leader with the followers and management with the subordinates. It is the main difference. You can see over here that leaders with the followers and management with the subordinates demonstrate problem solving skills when issues arise, making decisions for the team by setting goals and rules and giving direction and guidance to achieve common goals. If we consider the difference of leadership and management in education, we can say that leadership is focused on vision, motivation, the future, and the teams and people in the school or organizations or universities, whereas management provides systems and process essential to smooth day-to-day running of the school. Both leadership and management are essential for successful environment of any school or any college or any university or other educational institutes. Then there are some other differences. However, both leadership and management also stand distinctly with different forms, different roles, and different responsibilities. At workplace, leaders are able to show the characteristics such as creative, inspiring, visionary, transformative, and people-oriented. On the other hand, management is about to manage the available resources within an organization. Again, I repeat that the leaders have to show the abilities or characteristics like creativity, inspiration, vision, transformation, and orientation. But the management is about to manage the available resources within the organization. The available resources means the personnel working in the organization, the finance and budgets, etc. for the organization. Thank you very much. Again, there is quotation. Together we will make it happen. Thank you very much.